Been paying attention to the news lately, you might have seen this little headline about Aetna and Humana wanting to merge, two insurance companies. And, well, that happens, except here's the kicker, right? Here's that thing that should really piss you and everybody else off, which is that they want to do their merger, but this is basically going to make them a monopoly in many states on health insurance. And the government has the power to say no to these mergers if they're going to create a monopoly. We have whole laws and regulations about that. But so Aetna and Humana turns around and says, hey, if you block our merger, we will pull out of the security exchange of the health insurance that is in Obamacare. We'll pull out of Obamacare and screw that whole system up if you don't approve our merger. My only response to that would be, if I was the government, right? If I was the amorphous entity, the government, would be, okay, you want to play it that way? You're going to extort us into allowing you to break the law. Well then, we're shutting your shit down. We're going to take your company apart, dismantle it, break it down, and turn it into new, smaller insurance companies that are more heavily regulated. Because once you've reached a level of power where you can sit there and boss the federal government around as a company and say, I'm not going to allow you to enforce your laws on us or we'll destroy you, you are too big. And furthermore, I think that is extortion, being pulled on the federal government by a private company. Oh, you want to enforce the laws on us? Well, no, we're not going to let you apply your laws to us. We're bigger than that. And that is one of the most dangerous precedents we could ever allow to stand. If the government says, okay, fine, you can do your merger and we'll back off. This basically tells every company that exists that's big enough, hey, the government doesn't have any teeth anymore. If you're big enough, just threaten them and they'll not apply the law to you. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, this is personally insulting as a member of this society that we have corporations, especially those dedicated to keeping us healthy, right? They're health insurance companies. Their existence is there to help us get health care that we need. And they're saying to us, all of us, that we don't deserve to have choice in this. We don't deserve to have competition. Oh yeah, wait. What, weren't these companies against the single payer idea of a single uniform system and all of that? Except they're not against it when they're the only players. So let's think about that for a quick second. Okay, now that we're done thinking about that, because that shouldn't take long, the whole situation's fucked, stupid, sideways, and this is a perfect example of how corporate power has become too powerful in our society. When you have companies capable of standing up to the federal government, levying threats like this, we will wreck your entire health insurance system if you do not kowtow to our demands. They're too big. And the only solution to me there is to break that shit down, let the government get its hands on that company and rip it apart. Too big. And I think, maybe, just maybe, this could stand as a good example of why we could use a federally mandated single-payer system run by government interest. Because, and this might be shocking, health insurance is actually supposed to exist to allow us to get access to health care that we need. And if it does anything other than that, somebody's taking advantage of you. And by the way, it's the two companies that we're talking about now. They're trying to take advantage of you, all of us. They want to say, hey, you get health insurance through us and no one else. And, oh, by the way, if you have pre-existing conditions or things we don't like, we just won't cover you, which means since we're the only game in the business, I hope that surgery wasn't too life-saving, because you're not having it. And bottom line, that's unethical, immoral, cruel, and evil.